you would say, why not me too? And I'm going to hand this over to Jaime, who's going to talk to you guys a little bit about confidence today. Okay?
Hi. So, as she said, my name is Jaime, and I'm going to be talking to you about confidence today. And the reason why I feel like I'm qualified to do that is because, like I said when I introduced myself, I would have been in the corner over there hiding. Through what we've done here in the company and the things that I'm going to teach you today, I was able to stand up in front of 25,000 people at our coach summit and surprise Melanie with a rap. So that would have never happened had I not, actually the 3 things I'm going to teach you today got me to that point. So we're just going to go right into it. All right. So the first tip I want to share with you guys is to practice positive thinking. So if you change the way you think, you're going to change the way you feel, and then you're going to change the way that you live. All right? So many of us, we're just walking around with, our heads full of negative thoughts and assumptions, just feeling always just negative thoughts. And maybe things that happen to you as children, they get stuck in your brain, and we're just trained to think that way. Actually, we talked about it earlier. It's called neuroplasticity, if you want to look it up. So you learn things when you're young. Maybe somebody told you what you said was stupid or something like that, and you forget about that moment, but it's stuck in your brain and it comes with you through life, even as an adult. So these things are creeping up on us and we don't even know. So here we are, as adults, just trained to think the worst, and that we're not good enough, that we're not worthy, we're not capable, and it's just become a habit for us. And it's not your fault because, like I said, it's neuroplasticity in your brain, but there is a way to change it. So just like our habits that we have with our health and fitness, we can change those, right? I heard, 75 pounds. Just kidding. That was a joke. Just like you can retrain, and learn, change your habits with health and fitness, you can do that with thinking as well and your thoughts there. So how do we do that? Well, I want you to start focusing on the way that you speak to yourself. I actually want you to take an entire day and make a list and write down all of the negative things that you say throughout the day. So you get dressed in the morning, you look in the mirror, and you're like, oh man, like negative things. I want you to write them down. The whole day, 24 hours. You make a mistake, what are you saying to yourself? I missed my plane the other day, I started calling myself stupid, and I'm like, Jaime, write it down, don't say that to yourself. And then, what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself this. Would you say that to your 5-year-old child? Would you say that to your cute little grandmother, your husband or wife that you love so much, Melanie Mitro, who's changed your life? Would you sit there and say that she's stupid because she missed the bus or whatever? No. I mean, if you would, then maybe we should have a chat after. But, you know what I mean? Maybe you shouldn't be this room. No, just kidding. But, if you wouldn't, then why are you speaking to yourself that way? Okay? You gotta be your own best friend. Because, So another thing I want you to do is, at the end of each day, I want you to make a list of 10 things that you've accomplished that day. So many of us go to bed thinking about all the things that we, didn't get done. Oh man, I was supposed to do this, that, and I didn't do it. I want you to make a list of 10 things that you did get done, and they don't have to be these crazy things. It could be, I did a load of laundry. I called my friend and said hello. I remembered to send that birthday card. Whatever it may be. I read 10 pages of my personal development. And I want you to write those things down and be proud of them. And congratulate yourself on getting those 10 things done. Okay? Because even the little things deserve to be recognized and celebrated. Step number 2, or tip number 2. Alyssa just talked about this. You're probably going to hear from every single one of us, and so many of you already raised your hand, so that's great, but do your personal development. So personal development is the conscious choice to improve one's life, to become a better person, and to grow as an individual. I kind of lied when I first joined as a coach, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing my personal development, but I wasn't, and it was very clear that I wasn't. Because I wasn't moving forward in the business, I wasn't, stepping outside of my comfort zone, I wasn't growing. And finally, I don't know what did it for me, but I started doing it, and it was huge in increasing my own personal confidence and just moving forward. So I wrote here, like, since you're all new here, you may not know what personal development is, but you do. So we're just going to skip that part. But does everybody know what a podcast is? Yeah. All right, cool. So podcasts are my favorite form of personal development because I can do them, while I'm vacuuming and cleaning my house. I put on my headphones and everything like that. Driving in the car. So I love the podcast, and just in case you don't know, that little purple button on your iPhone is the podcast app. It's free, or you can search on your regular, on the other phone and search for the podcast app and look them up. But the good thing about personal development and about podcasts is that you can find anything that you're, kind of lacking in a certain area. You can look that up and then focus on that area to improve it, right? So one of the things, even in the business as well. So, I got lost there. But there's a couple that I like to do for our business specifically. Podcasts, if you want to check it out. There's a Shakeology podcast. I know you guys got to try it today for the first time. I know you loved it. I saw your faces. But they were loving it. But there is a Shakeology podcast, and it gets really into the ingredients and why our product is so awesome. So check that out. If you just type in Shakeology podcast, it will come up. And I recommend listening to that. Also, MLM Nation for just the type of business we're in. That has a lot of interviews with people that are in our type of business and what they did to make themselves successful and what they do still. So if you want to check that out, that will give you some confidence in the business aspect of it all. But Alyssa mentioned some of these things too. These are kind of my go-tos just to build my confidence and in what I'm doing in my personal development daily. Tony Robbins is the man. You got to check him out. His podcast is great. Lewis Howes, The School of Greatness, is another one that you guys can check out. Pretty awesome. The Chalene Show, and I know you guys, does everyone know who she is? She's a Beachbody trainer, but she's also awesome in the personal development sense. She helped me tremendously with confidence building. The Chalene Show has some great episodes that you guys can check out. And then also Build Your Tribe in the business sense. If you look up that one, that will help you with what you're doing in the business. And then those are 3 good books to get started with. You Are Badass, The Slight Edge, and The Compound Effect are really good ones to start out with. So that's what I got. And do that daily. And that's, honestly, guys, I wouldn't be up here today if I didn't start doing that daily. And I definitely wouldn't have gotten on stage and did that rap. All right, tip number 3 is my favorite. It's stepping outside of your comfort zone. So, yeah, comfort zone's a beautiful place, right? But nothing ever grows there. Well, I hated stepping outside of my comfort zone. I really hated it. It made me so nervous. So I did this little trick for myself. I scheduled it onto my activities, like what to do per week. It was scheduled on there just like a business call or, whatever. It's on my schedule to step outside of your comfort zone. And I actually made something called Fearless Friday. So every Friday is my big time step out of your comfort zone moment. I do it on the daily anyway, but those are the big ones. And originally I had saved them for sharing a transformation photo because those are scary to share online and share with people, I saved it for, a big scary post, but after a while, it's funny, it's like a Band-Aid, right? The more you do it, the less it hurts and the less scary it is. So now on Fearless Friday, I'm trying to look for things to do. I actually get excited about it. See my little blackened feet in the left-hand corner. I walked across hot coals at the Tony Robbins seminar. I'm scared of heights, and I climbed to the top of that wall. And honestly, climbing up wasn't bad, but going down was the problem. I spent 20 minutes at the top with people coaxing me down, but I did do it, and that was my Fearless Friday. Again, I was looking over the edge of a cliff, scared, but I did it for Fearless Friday. So, guys, just stepping outside of your comfort zone on the daily, it's crazy because after a while you're like, oh man, I'm not really scared of anything anymore. And at the beginning I had to schedule it in, and now I look forward to Fearless Fridays. I look forward to stepping outside of my comfort zone, and it really has helped me to become the person that I am today. And I am happy to say that in the past I probably wouldn't be able to say that. I'm proud of who I am today, and I like who I am because of these 3 things that I do on the daily. So.